Good evening. I would like to welcome everyone on behalf of Chris and Elizabeth, and I would like to thank you for being here on this January night. I could not think of a better way to start a new year, and I'm excited to be with you today because it's a celebration. A celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are declaring their love for each other today. You don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage. But often, during the marriage ceremony, you're standing on stage, looking fancy, holding flowers, and being stared at by pretty much everyone that has meant anything to you in the last 20-something years. So when you think about it, the whole thing is kind of strange. Why do we do it? The marriage ceremony has been an important tradition across nearly every culture, religion, generation, and society. We have thousands of important moments that happen through our lives, but this one is regarded as so critical we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. Why this moment? I think the answer is because despite all of our differences, love is what we all share. It's the great unifier, our one universal truth, that no matter who we are, where we've come from, what we believe, we know this one thing: love is what we're doing right. That's why both of you are standing here. That's why we're all here to be with them for this most important ceremony. We have loved in our lifetimes, and in this moment we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of our humanity. All of us here today have our own love stories. Some are short, others long. Some are yet unwritten, while others are just getting to the good part. There are chapters in all of our stories that are sad or disappointing, and others that are full of adventure. Chris and Elizabeth have a story that's almost 30 years old. Rewind to the Battlefield Mall, where a 20-year-old Chris eyes a cute little redhead working at a candy store called Chez Chocolat. He asked her name and visited her often. The fact that she sold chocolate and snuck him lots of samples didn't hurt. Believe it or not, Chris was shy. It took him a long time, but they finally did start seeing each other outside of the candy store. Chris and Elizabeth became great friends and loved spending their time together. As life sometimes goes, this chapter did not end as a happily ever after. Elizabeth says she never forgot what a good person Chris was or what a constant friend he was to her. Elizabeth and Chris stayed in touch, and Chris continued to visit her at work. Unfortunately for him, she began working at Lens Crafters, so as you may guess, no free chocolate samples. Chris and Elizabeth continued to cross paths at overtimes over the next few years, but it never seemed to be their time. Perhaps they were just not ready for one another, and they report that they each had the amazing jobs ahead of them of bringing beautiful children into the world and investing the gift of time in their children. Much like a seed that was planted years and years before, their love grew almost instantly when they were next brought together. Their love is rooted in friendship, laughter, and a desire to please one another. Despite many years apart, fate has brought them back together, and they couldn't be happier about it.